If you're like me, you love new and innovative backpacking gear. Today I've got 6 pieces of gear supplied by my favorite store, Garage Your Own Gear, that you've probably never seen before and you don't want to miss. First up is an item I'll probably not need on this trip because I have this beautiful outhouse behind me, and that's a trowel. This is made by Bogler. It only costs $18.50 and it's extremely lightweight at only 13 grams. For comparison, the Vargo Dig Dig trowel, which I love, is 32 grams. So this is less than half the weight of the Vargo trowel. And it has something that the Vargo trowel also has, and that's serrated edges. So there's parts that are serrated along one entire edge so that when you're cutting through the ground and you encounter roots, then you can cut through those roots and get through the soil really easily and get a really good cat hole. A couple other features I really like about this trowel is it has an end cap here, so that makes it a lot more comfortable to dig and really push it into hard ground. It has these holes throughout that makes it more lightweight and adds a little bit of ergonomics for grip. I didn't think about that at first, but I had a chat with the guy who designed these and makes them, and it was some really cool stuff that he's included in this. He's also made it a little bit curved along the edges so it's a little bit more comfortable to hold. He's gone through a ton of iterations with this and ended up with a really solid device. I haven't had a chance to dig in soil yet with it, but it digs through really hard snow quite easily, and I use it to repot a plant back at home. To cap it all off, the Bogler trowel also comes with a lifetime warranty, which is awesome. Love companies that stand behind their products. These next 2 items are tiny but mighty. While they aren't able to process a big tree and all the firewood like I have behind me here, they did help me make the fire that you see over there. The first item is the Renegade Microlite Saw. So this little thing, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it because I hate carrying a big saw out into the backcountry. And sometimes I'm only having little fires, or I just need a little bit of fire to heat up my hot tent in order to dry things out or have a little bit of warmth before bed. So this was actually very intriguing for me. It costs $22, but the big benefit of this is that it only weighs 21 grams. Compare that to a Silky Pocket Boy, which weighs over 200 grams. And while this isn't able to process wood that's quite as big as a folding saw like the Pocket Boy, you're still able to get through 3 to 4 inch thick limbs, and that's good enough for a hot tent, stove, or a little fire. What's really cool about it is that these blades are just T-shank blades that you get for jigsaw saws, and you can replace them with any saw that you want. So you can actually get a much bigger 10-inch, 12-inch blade that works with the handle on this saw. The handle is made with a pretty strong nylon. So far I haven't had any problems with durability with it. And what I like about it the most is that because it is compatible with any T-shank blade, I can use it for things around the house. I actually bought some extra blades that cut through metal, some metal specific ones, so I can use that to hacksaw little jobs that I need to do. This next item is also made by Renegade, and that's the Ultra Fire knife. It's made with the same material as the saw that we just saw, a really robust nylon, and it's basically a razor blade that is attached into this nylon handle with a cover. So it uses 3 screws just like with the saw in order to lock in the razor blade, and you can use that to cut cheese, but I've also used it to shave off wood in order to start a fire like I have going right behind me here. It only costs $18 and is super lightweight at 18 grams. Compare that to an Opinel knife, which is over 30 grams. The Opinel knife is gonna be a little bit more robust, but if you just need to make little fires or cut cheese, then this knife's gonna do the trick for you. What's really cool with it is that the cap for the blade has a ferro rod on it. So you can use that to make sparks and light a fire starter or get a fire going for you. I never would have come across the trowel or the saw and knife from Bogler and Renegade without the help of Garage Your Own Gear. Garage Your Own Gear is out supporting these brands and helping them get product into the hands of people like you and me. One of my favorite places on the Garage Your Own Gear website is a page that they have dedicated for new brands and products that they're bringing in. And they're bringing in new brands and products so often that I check that webpage religiously, almost every single day. And if you want to be ahead of the game with these new and innovative products that are coming to market from small cottage manufacturers, I'll post a link in the video description to that new gear page so you guys can check it with me and never miss some new and innovative awesome gear that Garage Your Own Gear carries. Good morning. These next 3 items are more items that you use in the morning time. One not so much, but you'll see why I left it to talk about it right now. But the first one I want to talk about is the Sulik 46 coffee drip. I hear all the time that people have troubles getting good coffee in the backcountry, and this might be a good lightweight solution for you. The Sulik coffee drip consists of these 4 titanium panels. They only weigh 42 grams for all of them, and the way it works is that you slide them all together to create a coffee drip. So once you have them all together, it looks like this little square thing with these arms that are on the side here, and what you do with that is you stick it on top of whatever mug that you're using for your coffee. And then you get a coffee filter. So it uses #2 coffee filters, and you just stick that in there. I'm using a cloth one. It weighs 5 grams. It's reusable, so I like that. I don't have to throw it out after, but you could throw the compostable ones into the fire if you wanted to. And then you put your coffee into the filter and then pour the water over top of that, and you get delicious coffee in the backcountry for very little weight. It's not the cheapest at $44, but I think you make up for that instead of having to buy some really expensive instant coffees. And then once I'm done with the filter, I usually just keep my coffee in these Rusby bags. I'll just take the filter and then put it into a used Rusby bag. And then we have these over booties from Goose Feet. They may look a little bit weird, but the way they're designed allows them to weigh very little at only 62 grams for the pair. So 31 grams each. And there's not a lot to them. The way that they're designed is that they're meant to be paired with either a down booty or a synthetic booty. Right now I'm using the Enlightened Equipment Torrid booty. So you can see I just have a synthetic booty on my foot. And then the Goose Feet over booty gives you something to throw on over top of that insulation booty, so if you want to walk around camp or you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, then you can do that without having to walk around on your delicate booties, and you can keep them from getting wet. This material that they're made of is waterproof, but if you want them to be 100% waterproof, then you do need to seam seal them yourself. They have a thin piece of synthetic insulation on the bottom just to give you a little bit more warmth and insulation from the ground when you're walking around. They have 2 cinches, one at the top just to kind of lock in the top of the booty here, and if you're walking around in deep snow, then that prevents snow from getting inside. And then there's another cinch around the ankle just to kind of lock in the fit. I think these might be one of the cooler items that I found at Garage Drone Gear. They just fill such a really cool and unique niche. If you guys have ever shopped at Garage Drone Gear, let me know in the comments what the coolest item that you've ever found is. I'd love to hear it so I can check it out myself. Okay, this might actually be one of the cooler items that we're talking about today. It's made by Nitecore. It's a 21700 intelligent battery system, or IBS system. They may need to work on that name. It consists of 3 different components. We have a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and then we have a light attachment, and then we have a charging attachment. So there's 3 different systems. That's why it's called an intelligent battery system. The battery alone weighs 75 grams. The light weighs 13 grams, and then the charger weighs 12 grams for a total of 100 grams. And the way it works is that there's magnets on either end of the battery here. You put the light on one end, and then you have a light that goes just like that. You can use it for a light just around camp. What I like to do with it is stick it into a pocket of my tent and then use it for ambient light inside of my tent. Or you can use it for a dance party. I had a little bit of a dance party last night. It makes a really good glow stick. And the light alone is a really cool feature for it, but then you get the battery component as well. So if you take the light off, you can use the little battery attachment, stick that on the other end here, and you can charge up the battery through this. There's a micro USB port there. Wish it was USB-C, but it is what it is. And then there's a USB-A port, so you can plug a cable in there and then use it to charge your phone or a light or basically anything that you want. So not only do you get a light, but you also get a really awesome battery. The downside with the IBS system is that the battery capabilities are a little bit slow. It doesn't charge fast or dish out power very fast. A lot of these items are to help you be more comfortable around camp. If you want to see my full ultra comfort gear list, go check out the video right up there. I guarantee that you'll be the most comfortable out of any backpacking trip you've ever been on if you start incorporating some of these gear items.